with the Board of Education for Strength, Intellect and Wisdom. Jadhavar Group of Institute has become fastest growing educational institute in Maharashtra, which is committed to give career oriented education and provide 100% placement assistance for a holistic development in all fields like academic, social, economical, political, industrial, art, sports, culture, science and research. The institute operates under the expert guidance of educationist Principal Dr. Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar and Advocate Shardul Rao Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar. The institute offers a wide range of educational courses under one roof, right from pre-primary, primary, secondary school education, junior college, BA, BCom, MA, MCom, BBA, BBA CA, BCA, BCS, DSM, DMLD, DEd, BEd, BSc Plain, BSc in Data Science, BSc in Fashion Designing, BSc in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, BSc in Cyber Security and Digital Science, MSc in Computer Application, MSc in Computer Science, MSc Data Science, MSc Cyber Security, MBA, PGDM, BA LLB, LLB, ANM Nursing, GNM Nursing, and International School. These courses are taught at various campuses of the institute. Courses conducted externally by Yashwantrao Chauhan Maharashtra Open University and Savitribai Phule Pune University are also available in campus. With the changing times, the institute has introduced various courses of acting, dance, singing, photography, and skills development, while classes like yoga, meditation are taken on campus. The students of class 9th and 10th and junior college are guided for entrance exam like MHCET, JEE, and NEET for free of cost. The classes are conducted in the institute by expert professors who have studied from IIT, IIM, having great experience in same. Institute established in the year 2014. Jadhavar Group of Institutes today has more 80 plus schools and colleges, more than 25,000 students, and 1,500 teaching and non-teaching staff in order to maintain the educational standard of the institute. Oral and written exams are conducted while recruiting the teaching faculty. Pleasant and beautiful campus spaces and up-to-date classrooms, digital boards in every classroom. The students from KG to PG are provided with a learning facilities, digital record of students' attendance, highly educated and experienced faculty, practical learning with theory. Guidance of experts from various fields helps in the overall development of the students. By adopting American technology along with Indian culture, students are equipped with quality education. Institute has introduced Yuva Sansad since 2016 with the motto of strengthening youth, strengthening politics, and strengthening India. Students from the state of Maharashtra and Goa participates in this youth parliament. The youth parliament has recognized by Union government and state government of Maharashtra and Goa. Many dignitaries such as Chief Minister and Minister of Maharashtra and other states have been honored in this parliament. Institute has introduced Shaurya Puraskar, Principal Dr. Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar Karandak, Jadhavar Science Festival, Give Up Alcohol and Drink Milk are some of the initiatives taken up on December 31st every year in Pune city with the help of Pune City Police, state level essay and allocation competition, Jadhavar Festival, Kirtan Motsav, Jadhavar Sport Festival, Adarsh Matha Puraskar, Bharat Ratna Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar online lecture series, Adarsha Shikshak Puraskar are carried out. The students are given financial assistance up to 10 lakh rupees for research and in the field of science under Jadhavar Science Festival. Under the Earn and Learn scheme, every year 100 plus students are given job opportunities in the institute itself. Children of armed force personnel, police personnel, journalists, firefighters, and ambulance drivers are given a 25% concession in educational fees from kindergarten to post graduation, while a special scholarship is provided to girls for undergraduation and post graduation education. Today, the status of educational institution is measured on the placement and pay packages received by the students. The institute has tie-ups with well-known companies for placements like Bajaj Alliance, HDFC Bank, Volkswagen, Force Motors, TCS, Yes Bank, Cognizant, Geo, VI, IBM, L&T Infotech, Phenomix Cable, Flipkart, Tata Capital, Tata AIG, Wipro, Sahyadri Hospital, Ruby Hall Clinic, where the students from the institute are placed. Every year, the organization intends to establish a university on an area of 1000 acres soon. Jadhavar Group is also a leader in various business such as education, real estate, construction, hotels, hospitality, hospital, tax consultancy, and film production. The Jadhavar Institute is one of the fastest growing educational institute in Pune. We wish them all the best for their future and growth.
To channelize youth power in the right direction and establish a foundation in social work and politics, the Jadhavar Group of Institutes initiated the Yuva Sansad with the motto of strengthening youth, strengthening politics, strengthening Bharat in 2016.
शार्दूल सुधाकरराव जाधवर यांनाही एक आदर्श शिक्षण संस्था चालक म्हणून, आदर्श नियोजनकार म्हणून पुरस्कार देता येतो. पण तो अडचणीचा एक भाग आहे की पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरूच्या मार्गावर तुम्ही जाण्याचा प्रयत्न केला तर हा पुरस्कार तुम्ही स्वतःला देऊ शकता. कारण पंडित नेहरूंनी भारतरत्न हा स्वतःला पुरस्कार दिला. तर कधी कधी मला वाटतं की असाही एक आदर्श संस्थाचालक पुरस्कार हा तुम्ही कधीतरी तुम्हालाही स्वतःला देण्याचा काहीतरी केलं पाहिजे. इतकी उत्तम व्यवस्था तुम्ही इथं केली आणि त्यासाठी मात्र अभिनंदन.
If democracy in country is to be strengthened, educated, youth must enter politics. With this thought in mind, the Yuva Sansad is working towards bringing more than 1000 youth into the mainstream of politics.
तरुण वर्गाला काहीतरी ॲस्पिरेशन्स आहेत. ॲस्पिरेशन्स असणं खूप गरजेचं आहे. जर पुढे काही आपल्याला करायचं असेल तर आपल्यामध्ये इच्छाशक्ती असली पाहिजे.
This initiative by the Jadhavar Group of Institutes is set to guide society, leadership for society.
निवडणुकीपुरती राजकारण, पण निवडणूक संपली की समाजकारण करा हे सांगणारे शिवसेना प्रमुख नव्या पिढीला माहिती नाहीये. कारण आमची नवी पिढी तेव्हा संघर्षाच्या काळात जन्माला जरी आली नाही तर ती अभ्यास नाही करत आहे मागचा. आणि म्हणून ती आत्ता समोर काय दिसतंय, प्रवाहपतीत होऊ नका बरं. कधी प्रवाहाच्या विरुद्ध पोहण्याचं धाडस असेल ना तो पुढे जाईल.
By bringing forward impactful leaders and inspiring faces in front of the youth, this platform aims to instill a sense of leadership in them. Rather than counting how many people are supporting you, understanding how many people you support is a concept deeply embedded in the minds of the youth through this Sansad.
जोपर्यंत तुमची फेस व्हॅल्यू तुम्ही समाजापुढे घेऊन ठेवू शकत नाही तोपर्यंत समाज किंवा नागरिक तुमच्यापर्यंत आकृष्ट होऊ शकत नाही. अशी सध्याच्या राजकारणाची परिस्थिती आहे.
Youth from Maharashtra and Goa participate in this parliament, conducted in collaboration with Savitribai Phule Pune University, Lions Club International, Rotary Club, and Nehru Yuva Kendra, the Yuva Sansad has received significant support. Several dignitaries, including chief ministers, ministers, and prominent figures from various fields across Maharashtra and other states, have guided the youth on diverse topics during this initiative.
भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त राजकारण झालं पाहिजे आणि हे करण्यासाठी तुम्ही जिथं असाल तिथं तुम्ही देशसेवा हीच ईश्वर सेवा, मानवता सेवा हीच ईश्वर सेवा असं समजून आपण आपल्या राजकारणात ज्यांची ज्यांची इच्छा आहे त्यांनी यावं.
Additionally, individuals who have selflessly dedicated themselves to society, such as Sarpanch, Panchayat Samiti members, District Council members, MLAs, MPs, ministers, chief ministers, journalists, and administrative officers are honored with awards.
मध्यमवर्ग काय म्हणतं, नको बाबा राजकारण, आम्हाला राजकारण नको, त्याचं कारण राजकारण घाण आहे. अरे घाण आहे तर साफ करायला उतरा गटारात, तर साफ होईल लक्षात घ्या.
In the Yuva Sansad, experts from the fields of education, social work, economics, industry, arts, sports, politics, science, culture, and research provide invaluable guidance to the youth.
कि मंजिल मिले ना मिले ये मुकद्दर की बात है, हम कोशिश भी ना करें ये गलत बात है.
Comprehensive discussions on various social and political issues are held, and related reports are sent to governors, chief ministers, and respective ministers of various states. Under the visionary leadership
सारं पैशावरच होतं काय असं नाही, काय गरज नाही पैशाची, फक्त डेडिकेशन, डेवोशन आणि डिटर्मिनेशन पाहिजे. त्याग करायची, कष्ट करण्याची कुवत पाहिजे. आणि मलाच पाहिजे म्हणायची गरज नाही, मलाच पाहिजे, मलाच चेअर पाहिजे बिलकुल नाही. जनतेनं म्हणलं पाहिजे की तुम्ही बसावर.
of the highly educated founding president, Principal Dr. Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar, and Vice President, Advocate Shardul Rao Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar.
40 वर्ष माणसांमध्ये काम केल्यामुळे डोळे माझे खूप शार्प आहेत, कानही माझे खूप शार्प आहेत, ते पटकन विश्लेषण करतात. त्याच वेळेला मला जाणवलं की खूप गट्स असणारा पोरगा आहे. आणि आज इथे शांतपणे सगळं त्याचं पाहता पाहता असं लक्षात आलं की हा खूप मोठा माणूस होऊ शकतो. असा ह्या युवा संसदेचा एका अर्थाने संयोजक आणि ह्या ट्रस्टचा उपाध्यक्ष शार्दूल जाधवर,
या भारत देशामधले 1000 खासदार, 4500 आमदार, या सगळ्या लोकांना मी त्या ठिकाणी विनंती करतो की अशा पद्धतीचे युवा संसदेसारखे कार्यक्रम आपल्या सगळ्यांच्या मतदारसंघामध्ये फार मोठ्या प्रमाणावरती त्या ठिकाणी होणं गरजेचं आहे.
This innovative initiative of the Yuva Sansad by the institution is expected to contribute significantly to strengthening the world's largest democracy in our country.
ठराविक महिला राजकारणात आणि समाजकारणात नको, तुम्ही जर आलात तर ही टीका करण्याची पद्धत 90% बंद होईल. हे ट्रोलिंग जे आहे ते 90% बंद होईल.
May the efforts of the Jadhavar group of institutes continue to achieve greater success.
जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा, गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा. जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा, गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा. भीतीनं आम्हा तुझी मुळी गडगडणाऱ्या नभा, आसमानाच्या सुलतानीला जबाब देती जिभा. सह्याद्रीचा सिंह गर्जतो शिवशंभू राजा, दरी दरीतून नाद गुंजला महाराष्ट्र माझा. जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा, गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा. काळ्याच्या दिवरी कोरली अभिमानाची लेणी, ओला जीवन घटे खेळती खेळ जीव गेली. दारिद्र्याच्या उन्हात शिजला, निढळाच्या दामाने भिजला देश.
Very good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, madam, you are audible.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all for today's faculty development program organized by Jadhavar Institute of Management. We are privileged to have with us our esteemed dignitaries and academic leaders. I extend a warm welcome to our respected President, Principal Dr. Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar, and Vice President, Advocate Shardul Rao Jadhavar, whose visionary leadership and continuous support have always encouraged academic excellence and innovative initiatives. I also extend my sincere welcome to our respected conveners, Dr. Rajneesh Mishra sir, Professor Amol Kare sir, and Dr. Kiran Kare sir, whose guidance and valuable support have played an important role in organizing this enriching faculty development program. I warmly welcome all faculty members, participants, and guests present here today for the my insightful session. Faculty development program play a vital role in enhancing knowledge, teaching competencies, research capabilities, and professional skills of educators. Through such initiatives, we aim to create a platform for learning, sharing experiences, and exploring enriching trends in management, education, and research. It is our privilege to welcome our distinguished speaker, Dr. Khalil Ahmed, sir, Assistant Professor in Marketing at Balaji Institute of Modern Management, Pune. Dr. Ahmed sir is an accomplished academician and researcher with enriched experience in the field of marketing, consumer behavior, digital marketing, artificial intelligence, and technology adoption. He has contributed significantly to management education through his teaching, research mentoring, and academic activities. He has also served as an academic associate in the marketing area at Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, where he contributed to courses related to marketing management, digital marketing, integrated marketing communications, and research for marketing decisions. With his expertise in research methodologies, academic writing, and contemporary management practices, Dr. Ahmed has been inspiring students, faculty members, and researchers through his valuable insights and knowledge sharing. Today, we will have been sharing his expertise and valuable perspectives in the AI tools for research and publication. Now, I request Dr. Ahmed sir to kindly take over the session.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much, Mrinal ma'am. Thank you for this wonderful introduction and also for inviting me to present this topic. Uh, just let me know whether I'm audible or not. And
Yes, sir, you are
also
audible.
please allow me to share the screen. So, hi, good evening to all of you. I mean, we as academicians struggle to deliver the, you know, very engaging lectures. I mean, keeping student awake in the classroom is the most difficult task that we have to do. So, I mean, when you are physically present, it is always easier to understand that what is going through. But when you are like joining online, so things become little tough. And I know that you would be the one of the participants as I used to be, keeping my camera close and just trying to listen what is going around. So I'll not ask you to open your camera, but I would request you to at least participate because I don't want it to be like a monologue discussion wherein I am just sharing my understanding of what little I know so far. But I want you to be like little, try to be little more uh, energetic, little more engageful, so that we can have a discussion. If not through face-to-face interaction, but at least through chats and all. So I think, I hope it's clear. So I want you to stay a little more active on the chats. And if you feel that you need to speak, so obviously you can raise your hand and, we can discuss things. And in the meantime, if you have any questions to ask, you can stop me there, or if you can wait for some time to finish me first, then we can have questions and answers. So most of the introduction have already been given by the ma'am, but these are some of the topics that I'm going to cover today. So we'll try to understand that how we can use AI assisted literature review. So obviously, before going into the AI assisted field, I'll try to discuss that what is literature review, why we need to do the literature review at first place, and so on and so forth. And then we'll try to understand what are the research analytics tools that are available that can be handy for us to go through, and we can use them very judicially. And then we'll try to understand what should be our general strategy based on what is Scopus and ABDC, how we categorize journals into all those domains, and how we try to understand what is the quality of that specific journal. And obviously, we'll try to close this session on the citation management, that how to keep citations active while writing the manuscripts and stuff. And I have other things also. I have incorporated them in my PPT, obviously. So as and when the discussion would go around, and we will try to discuss that at the only. So most of the introduction have already been given to you, other than my research numbers. So I am currently teaching at Balaji University, Pune, as an assistant professor in marketing area. And I have privileged of working for IMB for 3 years. And this is the number that I want to show you specifically. So I have written 16 papers so far. Out of them, 10 are Scopus indexed, and out of those 10, 4 are in Q1 and 4 are in Q2. And I have wrote one paper for ABDC A quality journal. So my basic research area is, in hospitality and tourism management. So I try to intersect digital marketing into hospitality and tourism, and then tech adoption in hospitality and tourism, consumer behavior in hospitality and tourism, and then sustainability also at some time. And thankfully, I got one paper acceptance just before this FDP. So this count would be 17 by now, and 11 would be in the Scopus, Journal of Consumer Behavior in Hospitality and Tourism is the name of the journal. So I don't want you to rush to the literature review first, but before I basically start, because I hardly know anyone of you, and we are not physically present, so I want you to be little more active on the chat. Sir, I requested you earlier also. So I want to know that who is in the room. I mean, where are you right now? Are you a faculty member but you haven't done your PhD? Or B, you are a PhD scholar or pursuing your PhD currently? Or C, you have completed your PhD or an early career researcher just like me? Or you are just a senior faculty or professor? I would appreciate if you could, at least give me some hints, so that I got only one responses. I mean, this is the only way I'll feel motivated, because I'm not seeing you. You are not talking to me. So if you could quickly respond to this 30 seconds, so that I can have a bit understanding of at what state you are currently. So I got A, B, B. Few more. We are good to go. Perfect. So just applying my sample criteria, I am assuming that most of you are faculty members, but you haven't completed your PhD so far, or you are, pursuing the PhD. So that's good. I mean, it's a good start, so that at least I can have a bit understanding of how the things would be going to in this session. Just a minute. I have to keep my chats free. Yeah, it's better. I can see it. So before I go into tools and other things, there is a one more fun question for you. If you can answer this as well, I would highly appreciate you. That how many papers have you published so far in Scopus or ABDC journals? I'm not counting UGC CARE journal here as of now, just to understand that your level of understanding towards research. So write 0 in the chat box if you haven't done it, but obviously you are working on it. And 1 or 2 if you have just started, you have just finished couple of papers, or 3 to 5 if you are building momentum. What is your number in Scopus or ABDC journals? Or 6 plus obviously would be the seasoned researchers if you are. So I can see few zeros, 2, 3s. Good, good, good. That's perfect. That's wonderful. So so for some researcher, you might feel that I'm going into very basics, but at least it would help those who are like at 0. And obviously 0 is just a number. And I'm assuming that if you are attending this workshop, you are obviously passionate about research. And everyone, including me, was on this number at one point of time. So we'll just try to understand it a little more. So before I go like little deeper into what we are going to discuss today, I want to understand that what is research. What do you understand when I say the term research, or what is your understanding of it? Just a quick like keywords. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you listen this word research? Quickly.
Search for knowledge.
Search for knowledge. Perfect. Good. Good. Thank you so much. And if you can write it like few of you quickly, I would be like really thankful to you. Investigation, discover new. Perfect. Invite new things. Innovate. Perfect. Perfect. Good. 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 So what I am going to focus today with respect to the research are the few things. Please understand those things a little bit more in detail. So I am saying that it is a systematic process of asking questions. So research is all about asking the first questions. First question basically that existing knowledge cannot fully answer. So obviously you cannot come up with a question that is not answered so far. Everybody has answers for all the questions. Even if you remember, if you go back to your childhood and you'll ask your parents or father or mother for that matter, that why the sky is blue, she would also have answer for that. Okay? Why star shines during the night? She or he would be the answer for that question. So every research question has an answer already there in the universe or in the world. So what we have to do, we have to focus on that first part, that is re. Re means dobara or again, research. So things are already being searched, but what you have to do, you have to research it again and again so that you can answer something that is not been answered before. The second perspective, or in order to question this, what do we not know yet? Or our understanding of the things that are not being fully understood so far is the systematic process. So it does not only stop at the systematic process, but it also talks about, it should not be the opinion. So most of us, when I was giving you the example that if you, as a child, if you would ask someone that why star shines during the night or why the sky is blue, so they would answer you based on their opinion or their reviews or their preconceived notions about the things. But this is not research. So what is research? It is a structured inquiry with methodology, data, and evidence. So whatever you are claiming, whatever you are suggesting, or whatever you are answering, it should not be based on your personal opinion or personal judgment. Rather, it should be based on the methodology that what you are using, the data. It should be incorporated with some data, and also you have to provide some sort of evidences for that. So in order to answer the research question, or in order to understand the systematic process of answering the question, what are the method that you are going to use? So what is the sample size? What is the population of the research for the question that you are trying to answer comes under the method part. Then we talk about the third and the final part, and we called it as the contribution. So whatever you are trying to understand, whatever you are trying to answer to the research question, using any methods based on the data, evidence, and methodology, the output that you are producing is the new knowledge that you are contributing. And this is what we called as the research. So new, it's not always that you have to come up with something that nobody has ever thought of, or you have to come up with a research question that nobody could ever thought of. It is in some cases, in most of the cases, even if new means applying an old idea in a new context. So you are just changing the context. Some research have been done in the US context, and you are trying to replicate the same study in the context, in the Indian context, for example. It would be a newness, or what we call as the new knowledge. You are coming up with the new knowledge. Or you are using the same set of data for an entirely different population size, or the method that you are using is entirely different from what a researcher in USA has used. In this case also, you are developing a new knowledge. So please understand, if someone is saying that what is this, so this is the only replication of what has already been done, even the replication is the contribution. You have to state it very categorically to the audience. And then we talk about the or population change. Say for example, so we everybody of us has used this consumer buying behavior, how it is changing. And there are like so many research, thousands of papers are there on consumer buying behavior. But still, if you are choosing a new population, say for example, you are doing it for millennials or Gen Zs or Alpha, then still this is the new contribution. Even though the model that you are using is same, even though the context or the population, only the population and the context has changed. So this is the research we are talking about. So now we'll try to understand that types of research. How many types of research is there? Sorry. I'm not talking about the research. I'm talking about the research paper. We'll try to understand it. I'll try to focus only on the research wala part. Research, what you called it as the research papers. So anyone of you have idea that how many types of research papers are there? Just give me few names. Chat. Using raw data to make information, that would be old. How many types of research is there? Oh, तो दिख गया होगा तुमको, but still. Review paper, survey paper, that's good. And quickly, we have to finish. We have a lot of things to cover. Keep your spirit high. Applied research. Please, this is the same mistake which I committed initially. I am asking you about the research papers, not the type of the research, basically. So how many types of research papers are there? One is the review paper that I got. 2 types. I want to know the names quickly. Implementation paper. Okay, we'll take this as of now. So I'll just show you some of the types of research paper, and I'll tell you that on what type of research paper we would be focusing on. The first one is the empirical paper. Empirical paper is nothing. Empirical paper is those papers where we collect the data from the respondents, and then we run the analysis onto that, and we come up with some interpretation of those. It is what we called as the empirical research paper. Empirical research paper have the primary data. Obviously, when you will build the questionnaire and during the collection of the responses, you will have to meet the primary respondents. You create some hypothesis, you test those hypotheses through survey or experiment. You try to run some software, say for example Smart PLS or SPSS or some other MOS, and then you try to interpret the result. So this is the empirical paper. And today we would be focusing more on the empirical papers. Then we talk about the conceptual paper. Someone has wrote about the review paper is the conceptual paper. Conceptual paper is not the review paper, but conceptual paper is the paper where we are ending building a model, not testing that model empirically. So building a model is the conceptual, or then testing that model using some research tools would be the empirical paper. Then we talk about the review paper. This is the one someone talking about. It just synthesizes the existing literature, SLR, bibliometric meta-analysis. And then we talk about case study research paper. It basically deep dive into one context or one organization or one company or one market, and we try to write the case study onto that. And then finally the mixed method we try to use, or we write the papers mixed method, where we try to integrate qualitative as well as the quantitative combined. So we try to extract some of the themes, then we try to validate it. So this is the types of research papers we are talking about, and fundamentally we would be focusing more on the empirical papers. Okay? Perfect. Please, if you have some feedback that how should I take ahead this, tell me now. Otherwise, I'll just go like this only. So now these are the types of the research papers that we are talking about. Now we'll go a step ahead and we'll try to understand that what is the body of the research paper. So I have written empirical papers, I have written conceptual papers, I have a good review papers as well. And currently I am using mixed methods also. So if time permits, I'll show you that how those papers basically looks like. Abhi to it would take a lot of time to go and show you all those things. But now I'll try to show you that what is the outline of a research paper. So just quickly answer me in the chat that what type of research papers you are currently working on or planning to write in the coming future, or within the next week. Quickly, if you have any ideas about research papers, or even you felt little fascinated about when we discussed about the different types of research papers. So what are the type of papers that you think that suits you best? Mixed, good. Quickly. Case study. Empirical, thank God. So analytical. Okay. Empirical. I'm thankful that you mentioned empirical, because I write most of the paper in empirical form, but I have obviously experience of writing review as well as mixed methods also. So we would be looking at that. Before that, I'll just show you the outline of the research paper. Please understand this very carefully, that because every paper for every journal, but the skeleton is the same, the pattern is the same. You have to tweak it a bit with respect to the general guidelines, but overall the structure is quite the same. So now you will see that what is the first component of the research paper, that is the title and the abstract. So when I say title and abstract, it is the shop window. It is the hook statement that the editor will just see when you submit your research paper. So typically you have to write it within 250 words. Again, you have to go through the general guidelines before submitting it. And two things are there. There are two types of abstract. One is like one paragraph abstract, wherein you start with what this study is all about, and then how you did it, and what is the value that you are bringing, and what is the contribution to the society and for the industry or the theory. And there is a specific structured questionnaire that Emerald journals basically ask you. So they will have what is the purpose of the research in like 50 words. Then we talk about the methodology methods, and then we talk about the findings, then the value that or originality of the value statement, and finally the contribution. So this is the 5% of the research paper, and obviously I would only suggest, or I can request, that you should not start the research paper with the abstract, that I can tell you. And please keep this in mind, what is the first thing that you should do while start writing the first research paper or your research paper. This is the question that I would be asking you, after this slide. So the second thing that we have to write, I'm not telling you to write in this order. I'm telling you the skeleton or the outline of the research paper that typical journals basically look for. So after the abstract and the keywords, you will go to the introduction. Introduction has 5 very clear clear paragraphs. In the first paragraph, you would set the context of the research. Then you would tell about the problem that are existence. Then problem will lead you to the gaps or the research gaps we are talking about. And how do you translate those research gaps into the research questions would be the part of the introduction. And finally, a small paragraph on the structure of the remaining paper. So section 2 tells you the literature review, 3 would be the methodology, and so on and so forth. So these are the 5 points that you should keep in mind, and it would constitute the 12% of the total paper approximately. So please understand, I have seen this quite a few times, that people have different subheadings for research gap, research questions, research objectives. Please do not do that. So any high quality journal do not ask you to create a subsection within the introduction, or for that matter in the literature review. You have to write precisely 1.5 page or 2 page maximum the introduction, which should have 5, and you can obviously improvise based on your understanding and the context of the research sections. Finish, and all the problems, gaps, research questions should be there. And parallelly, I will try to show you, or we'll try to discuss that what are the common mistakes that we made during the introduction. So in the introduction, we state the topic pretty well, but we do not come up with the research gap. So obviously, I'll try to show you that how you have to categorically mention the gap word in the introduction section. So whenever you write your next research papers in the coming days, try Control F and search gap. And please see that have you mentioned that word in the introduction or not. If not, do not submit it until you come up with the research gap for your research paper. And this is the most critical part. 22% approximately of your research paper would be based on that. And in some cases, it would be even more than that. And this is the part I would be talking about today. And I hope by the end of this session, we would be able to create this 22% of the work for your research paper. So what you have to do, you have to map the field. You have to have the theoretical grounding. So your paper or your idea or the gaps that you have identified should be theoretically backed. It should not be, superficial in nature. You have to develop the model and you have to develop the hypothesis. So these are some of the things that you have to do. So primarily, you have to do 3 things: model development, hypothesis, and your what you called it is the theoretical underpinnings, we called it, or conceptual framework we sometimes called it. So this is what we would be discussing in this session more. So what are the common mistakes that we do? We try to summarize what is there in the research paper, but we do not try to synthesize. We do not try to, integrate that what is known, how it is known, and leading to what remains to be known now. Then we talk about the methodology. Obviously, we would be not touching the methodology at all in this part. This would constitute the 20%. So once the model is built, once the theoretical grounding is there and the hypotheses are there, you have to come up with the methodology. In the methodology, you have to discuss your research design. What is the sampling criteria that you are using? How you have collected the data? What are the analytical tools that you have used? And most importantly, you have to justify everything. You take a sample size of 100, does not matter, but you have to justify it. You use any software available, you have to justify it. You took any type of sampling method that is there, stratified sampling, purposive sampling, simple random sampling, whatever you are taking, but you have to justify it. You use a smart PLS, you have to justify it. Whatever you are using in your research, whatever methods you are using in your research, you have to justify it. And this is what lacks in the methodology. Justification is not there. You will write that, we have adopted, cross-sectional research design. Why you have used cross-sectional research design? Why you have used convenience sampling? You have to justify it. Why only 300 is respondent? Why not 299 or 301? So for everything, you have to give the justification. Once the justification is there, methodology is complete, then you have to write the results. From demographic responses, if you are using a smart PLS, then measurement model and then structural model and all those things, you just have to report the results, nothing beyond. You don't need to explain those results right now. You just put the findings, no interpretation at all. What is the R value? What is the F value? What is the F square? Whatever you are using, just straightforward, put it there. Then in the discussion, you have to tell explicitly that what does those findings mean. If your R square is coming 0.37, so what does this mean? If you are rejecting 3 hypotheses, what does this mean? And you have to compare it with the previous research. So for example, either your results would be aligned with the existing results, or you would be getting the contrasting results. So in both the cases, you have to compare it with the existing literature. And if there are any surprises, I mean, most of the past researchers have, accepted one of the hypotheses, but in your data set, it is coming negative, or you are not able to, accept that hypothesis. So in that case, you have to explain it why this might have been. It can be with respect to the context or the population that you are targeting. Then discussion. So what is the problem that or the mistake that we commit during writing discussion is that we repeat results. We do not give the interpretation. So we have to categorically understand that what needs to be done in each of the ways. Finally, the seventh part is basically the last part, conclusion plus references. So in conclusion, you have to write the contribution, both contribution with respect to the theoretical contribution or the managerial implications that you are coming up with, limitations, future research. Obviously, limitations will open the avenues for the future research, and finally the reference list. And obviously, the common mistake is that we tend not to come up or not to write the limitations for our research papers. So this is like a kind of mandatory thing for the research paper. So this is the proper outline of the research paper, and you have to obviously tweak it a bit with respect to the journal's guidelines, but more or less it is like same and consistent. Any questions so far? Am I going too fast, too slow? I mean, you are able to catch it up or not, or you are feeling too bored? क्या है? Anything? Very good. ठीक है. So now I will try to move with respect to what this session is meant for, or how I have designed this session basically for, is the literature review, because our topic was AI assisted literature review. So obviously, in order to use the AI assisted literature review, we have to understand what is literature review first. then only we would be able to we will be able to justify that whatever results our chat engines or AI is giving are correct or not. If we do not know that, how this basically works, or how, existing literature reviews work, we would not be able to understand or, dig out the difference between a good literature review and a bad literature review. And yes, obviously some literature reviews are bad also. So for this, again, we'll try to understand what is literature review. Obviously, I'll not ask you to write it down because you might have like a lot of things to write it about. So the very prominent thing, or the first common misconception about literature review is what I have mentioned here. A literature review is a summary of the papers you have read. So what we understand from literature review is that we downloaded 30 research papers. We are just summarizing it and putting it in our literature review is the literature review. But this is not the literature review, basically, we are looking at. The reality is a literature review is an argument for why your paper needs to exist. What is the importance? What is the urgency? And how you are contextualizing of whatever is known in the field, and you are integrating or knitting it in a way so that you are telling the audience that why this paper needs to exist at first place. So what we do, we have to map what is known first. Establish the existing body of knowledge in your domain, theories, findings, and methodologies. Three things you have to look at. What are the theories or the models the papers are using? What are their findings? I mean, are all the hypotheses accepted or rejected? And what are the methodologies that they have used? Is it qualitative, quantitative? In quantitative also, what software they have used, or experimental in some cases? This is the first thing that you have to do. Then expose what is not known. Obviously, in order to understand that what is not known, we have to understand what is already there. So in the first case, you have to map what is already known, and obviously it will take us to a situation or to a point where we have to expose what is not known so far. So this is what we call as identification of the gap. It identifies the gap, the specific questions or context that existing research has not yet addressed. This is the first thing that we discussed while I was just starting the session. And then it will take us to justify your study. So what is known to what is unknown, to establishing the argument that, so for example, it is something like this. This is already known, leading to this is my gap, and this is how I am justifying it, because I am using it in a different context. I have changed the variables. I have coming up with the more moderators or mediating, and I'm trying to understand from a different lens or the perspective. So make the case that your research is necessary, original, and contributes something new to the field. Something new is not always to come up with something that nobody has ever thought, but extending it a bit is also creating something new, as we discussed already. So a weak literature review is the single most common reason for desk reject. Everything else can be fixed later, because everything that we have built, every argument that we have built is based on the literature. If you have a weak literature review, it cannot be patched after submission. You will get a direct rejection from the journal. So obviously we'll try to understand that how we can avoid this. Then we'll try to understand the anatomy of the strong literature review. Kya hota hai? There are 5 things a strong literature review paper, not literature review paper, but a paper should have. So the first ingredient is the systematic coverage. It should not be based on that you typed on the Google Scholar, you got 50 results and this is all. No. So this is not the systematic approach. In the systematic approach, what you have to do? You have to structurally search across Scopus, Web of Science, Emerald, Science Direct, wherever you can find different databases you can use with the inclusion and exclusion criteria, so that you can understand what are the things that are known yet. The first part of the literature review part. Then we talk about theoretical grounding. Obviously, it is always ideal to back your research with some theories. So you might have some ideas about theories. So, for example, TAM, Technology Acceptance Model, or UTAUT, or ISS, Information System Success Model. So there are a lot of models or theories that are there. So whatever model you are building, it should be backed on some theories that are there. So I remember this very categorically. I'll just tell you one of my incidents. So I was reviewing a paper for some journals like 2 or 3 days back only. So I saw in the literature review that they have mentioned a theory there. Social construct theory, something like this was there. But they have not adequately or sufficiently mentioned the argument based on that theory. So this is if you are just mentioning a theory in passing, just a line mein, you just wrote the name of the theory, done. So it is a weak literature review. But if you are anchoring your study to a model or framework showing that what it explains and where it falls short, then it would be a strong literature review. Then we talk about the gap identification. Vague, more research is needed. It is pretty vague statement to write in your research paper. And if you, in your literature review, if you come up with a specific research gap, which something like this, that no study has examined X in the context Y using the method Z, is the specific. So that would be the strong literature review. Then we talk about the synthesis, not summary. As we discussed already this in the outline wala part, you will see that. So we do not supposed to write the summary only. Study A found X, study B found Y, study C found Z. This is the plain summary. We should not do this. We have to synthesize it. We have to connect it. So studies on X agree on Y but diverge on Z, possibly because of the difference in the context or methodology. So this is showing a strong synthesis. We are not just writing the summary of the literature review, but we are synthesizing the result based on how X and Y, studies are comparable in nature. Then finally, we have to have recency plus seminal balance. So seminal balance is the base paper that you are using. So for example, you are using a theory which was proposed back in 1975. So you cannot skip that, even though thousands of researchers have used it, and you can cite some of them and ignoring the seminal work. So you have to keep that intact, but also you have to show the recency. So last 5 years ka recency is must. So if you're writing paper in 2025 or 2026, you have to take the base year from 2021. So if you are searching on Google, Scopus, Science Direct, Emerald, wherever, you try to come up with this filter that you are only identifying the literature that is there from 2020 to 2026. This is the old way of doing literature review, and I have done this for my PhD work, and I am sure that some of you at least would be having developed this at a certain point of their career also. So this is how we have to do it manually. And again, for the early career researcher or the PhD student, I think that you should still be doing this. And for those who are have enough understanding of how literature review metrics were created, then you can obviously skip this part now. So I don't do it anymore for my research work. So this is the metrics looks like in earlier age, or you can call it before AI interventions. So a serial number, author, title, keywords, country, dependent variable, independent variable, mediating moderator, context, methodology, theory, number of or sample size, software use, key findings, or your notes for that matter. So I'm just sharing the real-time screenshot that I have used for my PhD work. And it has 386 more rows for it. And I have done it all manually. So overall 387 papers reviewed, 30 minutes per paper, because identifying it, searching it, control plus F, searching about the population size, sample size, software and all that takes too much of time. Long hours of working for just for the metrics, and obviously zero output. I mean, you are not going to paste this table directly to your thesis or the research paper, but this is just the work that you have to do in order to build your mindset for the research. So I mean, quickly, if you can tell me that have you ever created one research literature review matrix for yourself or not, so that I can have some sense of it? Rushali, yes. Any other? Good. Quickly. Mm, chalo. So this will take us to to the 2 days topic basically. What we are going to discuss today is the AI assisted literature review. So again, before I go into this, please understand two things. First, if you are writing your first research paper, please use that matrix. And if you can mail me, I'll provide you the empty Excel sheet wherein you can obviously put down all your research data. And if you have experience and if you have previously done it, you can now obviously skip it. I will try to understand that how, or in the age of AI, how we can use AI assisted literature review. So basically, what it has changed, we'll try to understand it first, from keyword soup to semantic search, how it has transformed. So the old approach was this. What you have to do, type keywords into Scopus or Google Scholar, hotel booking intentions. I remember using it like for 100 odd times or even more than that. Then you will get 800 results. You will feel overwhelmed. Oh my God, too many researchers are there already. You download some PDFs, open 40 tabs. You will just create a folder. You're keeping all your downloaded research papers, but never going back to refer them. Read abstract for 3 days. Try to understand. Try to spot the gap manually. What is the gap that these research papers are talking about? And obviously ended up building the Excel metrics row by row to understand it better. Now things have changed. Again, I am telling you for the third time, if you are early career researcher, writing your first research paper, writing your thesis, still use this. I would obviously only recommend, I'll not force you to do it. Then we talk about AI approach. It has changed now. What you have to do, you have to type a research question in plain language, get semantically ranked relevant papers, AI extract key findings and methodology obviously on their own. Gaps and contradictions surfaced for you right in front of your eyes. Visual maps of connected literature is there. Synthesis ready in minutes. So you just only have to write a research question. And even research questions can be found out through AI. But if you do not have the understanding of it, how it works basically, then obviously it would be difficult for you to take it forward. So again, I'm just showing you some of the AI literature review toolkit. These are like pretty easy to use. If you wish, I'll give you a quick demos onto that, but it's not difficult to use. So I'll just go through it once, and then if you wish, we can have a hands-on on any of these tools that are there. Though I have like opened all the tabs in my all the platforms in my tabs, but I think that we would not be able to cover it because there are a lot of things that I want to discuss it with you, and these are the simple tools you can use it like very easily. So the first one is consensus.app. So what it tries to shows you that, so if you are trying to understand that, impact of reviews on hotel booking. So it will try to give you the consensus based on how many researcher think that agree to this, and in how many research papers we have a contradictory result. So they try to give you a consensus based on the claim or the questions that you are asking to the AI tool. Then we talk about Elicit. This is an AI research assistant. You can ask research questions, get structured papers, summaries, and methodology, and sample size. You can ask categorically what you require, and it will give you. Then we talk about the connected papers. Input one paper, you will get a visual graph of related literature. Not the papers that have been cited there, but all the related papers to that research paper. See clusters and gaps instantly. Then we talk about the research rabbit. It specifies Spotify for research, sorry, follow citations forward and backward, build reading collections. So you type one research paper, it will give you what have been cited in this research paper. It gives you the papers, from earlier from that published research papers, and also from the later stages of the published research papers. Then we talk about the site. It is for like smart citation. So if you are struggling to get a citation, you can use this to ask, but it is like paid now. You can't use it much. Then we talk about the lit maps or literature maps, we called it. So it is like timeline visualizers. See how your field evolved over time, identify the seminal paper and the emerging trend. So these are some of the things that you could do. And if you want to do it, I would recommend you do it. So this is, at least we'll try to run one app. So go to the consensus.app, put it in your browser, type your research question in plain English there. Not a keyword, a full question there. Then see the structured results. Paper ranked by relevance, each shows methodology, sample, key claim, evidence ka strength. Then we'll try to see the consensus meter, that it tells you what percentage of papers agree or disagree on the question that you have posted. This is your research gap confirmation. And then we can export or save that file. And then we can use for further to develop the research gap for our research paper. If you can do it quickly. So I'll show it to you. You can see my screen, right? Yes. So you want to do it parallelly? Are you doing it? Just type your research question there. Or suggest me some good research question. Type it. I'll do it for you. No one is typing. Okay. So, for example, I have a question. So I'll ask, say, for example, impact of online reviews on hotel booking intention. Okay. So, yeah. You can have your own research question, or you can type it. I'll perform yours. Otherwise, I'll do it mine only. You just run it. You try to see that what it is going to show you now. See, it is showing 890.2K results and too many good questions, good research papers there. You will see, yes, online review shape hotel booking intentions mainly through credibility, trust, and valence. So this is the what we call it, consensus that it is building. Yes, online reviews basically helps you to improve the online booking. See, so this is the consensus that I was talking about. 95% says yes, possibility zero, possibly zero, mix zero, and no 5%. So only 5% of the research paper shows that there is no what we call it as no impact of online reviews on hotel booking intention. And you can see the strength of evidence ka strength. Strong evidence, what is it is claiming? Online reviews generally have a significant positive effect on hotel booking intentions across multiple survey studies and contexts. And they have cited a study, and this is the study impact of online reviews on hotel booking intentions by Lean. And then credibility and trust, moderate, review effect, moderate, and this is the main mechanism. So this is how we try to do it. I'll show you one more thing, which how you can use this information for your what do you call it as the to find the research gap. So abhi there are like too many results. So what you can use is the you can use the .csv. You can export all the information. I'll just show you. I'll just show it to you. Show it here. So this is the CSV file that we got now. Excel में खोलता हूँ. Just give me a minute. So this is the file that this is the metrics that we were talking about. You got the title, takeaway, authors, year, citation, full abstract, study type, journal SGR, quartile, DOI, consensus link. So this is your ready table. Up now, what you can do is use any of the AI that you are using. For example, ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude or Gemini for that matter, anything. You just paste it there and ask it that please help me to identify the gaps based on the table that I have provided to you. It will give you the gap statement for your research paper. So this is one of the ways of doing it. Obviously, you can do it manually also. You try to read all the papers, at least you try to build some sort of discussions around it. And based on that, you can identify the research gap. Okay. So I'll just quickly go through all the what we call it as all the applications that you can use, but I'll not obviously spend much time on how to use individually. So this is Elicit. So this is I mean यहाँ पे what we can do, we can write a statement. The same statement we can see that impact of reviews on hotel booking. So it will again give us so many research papers based on which we can build our argument for that matter. And obviously some sort of subscriptions are required. If you want to export here, you'll have to go and buy the pro. But obviously for some basic tokens are there. You can obviously use them in order to build the basic structure online. See, this is the answer that it is providing, that some of the seminal papers are having the positive impact, and you will see some of having the negative impact. So these are the 10 sources that they are using. Summary of all the 10 papers. And you can obviously look for that which is the best paper for you and which is the seminal paper for you, and you can do it for that. Then we can use connected papers. This is the one of the papers that I have seen there. So search for keywords, paper title DOI. So I'll use one of my paper now. So this is one of the paper from which I wrote with one of my co-author, which was surprisingly was an MBA student from my university, Sri Balaji University. And we ended up publishing it in Q1 journal, thankfully. So for example, if we want to search this, so this is the paper, title I can use or DOI I can use or topic I can use. It will show the connected papers, not the paper that I have or we have cited, but obviously connected paper. So this is the paper. So this is the map that you can see how different papers, how different paper with respect to what we have written are connected with it. So this is like visualization of different research that could take place in that. So this is we try to do. So once you find the seminal paper, you can obviously use the connected papers link so that you can see what are the different related papers that could be there. Again, Research Rabbit is also the same. You will just type the title or what we call as the DOI for the research paper, and it will show you some rabbits, obviously. So this is the paper. So similar 161 similar papers that we have used. This is a visualization that they are giving, and also these are some of the similar papers that are there. You can obviously identify which one you want to use, and these are the 64 references that we have used in our research paper. You can map all those references, and obviously final thing would be cited by 2. I mean, this is quite new, only 2026 it got published, so only 2 citations so far. So which papers are citing this research paper, you can have a look at it. So this is Research Rabbit. Then we talk about Cite. I told you we need to upgrade it if you are using it too frequently, but you can use it like for some free tokens as well if you are doing it for first time. Then Lit Maps, again, it is for like building literature, and this is the same paper. I'm using the same paper just to give you a little insight onto this, how we can do this. It would again build the papers that are related to it. See, so you can, this would help you to this would help you to build the literature review that we are talking about. Okay, hi, any questions? It's like I have tendency of not to speak this much during my class interactions, but I'm not getting any feedbacks or questions. So that is why I'm not even getting time to sip a glass of a sip of water. Anyone? Anything? All good? At least you can type yes or no. Great session. Thanks. Thank you. At least some of you are awake. So this is then now I'll just quickly go through it because I have a very interesting activity at the end of this session wherein we would be building something. It should not be like I'm just telling you things and you are just going home and not taking anything forward. So now we'll try to understand that what are the tools that are there, research analytics tools. The first one is the bibliometric. So bibliometric is important. Why? Because you should know that where your field currently standing. And one very important thing, I'll not give you much emphasis on this thing, but I'll just show you one of my paper, which is like under review currently. I shouldn't be showing it to you, but I have like just showing it for you right now. So what we are doing, we are integrating literature review into the empirical or the conceptual paper. So you will see that review papers and on the emerging trends and the themes, which I did. So this is one of my literature review paper. You will see digital marketing in hospitality and tourism, a bibliometric journey and future research direction. So this is like simple simple research paper wherein we understand that what is there, what have been studied so far, and or what are the emerging fields that are there, giving the future research direction. We are just finishing it up there. But you see this paper. This is like in review process in a good journal, Young Consumers. You will see, and some of the co-authors are like from foreign countries. So there, here in this paper, what we are doing, we are not ending our research paper only on the synthesis of the existing literature, but also we are coming up with the conceptual framework or testing it. Though we haven't tested it in this paper, but we have come up with that. So it's like quite long, 48 pages research paper. It would be like 1800 words and so, and see that how reviews will go. So this is all the bibliometric analysis that we did, and the only thing that we are doing, we are not stopping it on the bibliometric analysis. We are coming up with the conceptual framework. I'll just show you this is the part of the bibliometric only. Bear with me for some time because it's too long. So this is the part of bibliometric only, and these are the theories that have been discussed in the bibliometric. And this is little more, and theoretical implications, practical implications, social implications, managerial. So this is the theory building conceptual model that we are proposing based on the review that we did or the bibliometric analysis that we did. So these are the independent variables, this is the dependent variable, moderating factors, and the antecedent. Something like this. So obviously, WAS viewer can be used. So in both the papers, you saw all the charts and the graphs have been created by the WAS viewer and some part using BiblioShiny. And this is like altogether a different workshop wherein we can understand. So I'm not going much into this, but you can have a bibliometric paper for your research field so that you can understand who are the most cited authors in your domain, what are the top journals there, what are the top keyword co-occurrence there, co-citation network, so on and so forth. So do you currently include a bibliometric analysis in your paper? I hope no, because this is the first time I am doing it. So, but obviously we have to be like little more active now in research. So we can think of considering it. So now I'll just quickly show you your research identity is being built right now, whether you manage it or not. Once you entered into academia, once you entered into research publication thing, your identity is being building, whether you are managing it or not. So Google Scholar profile, I'll just show you my Google Scholar profile and try to explain what is H index, I index, and so on and so forth. It is also I have kept open. This is like my research profile so far. So it shows that I have written, I have got 77 citations so far, and since 2021, it's like 76. So most of my paper are like after 2021, probably. I mean, you can infer from this. H index 5 means that 5 of my research papers are published 5 times, at least 5 times. So I'll just show you 18, 15, 12, and 9 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 papers are cited 5 times. It means my H index is 5. And I 10 index is 3. It means that at least 3 of my papers got more than 10 citations. So this is like my 10 citations, more than 10 citations. So this is a journal overview of what we called as the Google profile. So if you do not have a active Google profile, please create it today. It won't take much time. You can add manually things there. Then author Scopus, Scopus author ID. I wish I could show it to you, but it's not open. I will not show it to you now. So you can, obviously you cannot build it. So once you publish a Scopus index paper, you will automatically listed here. Then we talk about ORCID. ORCID may you can create your ID, and obviously as and when you will do a review, you will change a job, your paper got published, you would be able to, it would obviously automatically be included. Then quickly, do you have a Google Scholar profile when you last updated it? I mean, do not write it, just think it in your mind. I'll not bother you. So I'll just quickly show you that what is this Scopus, ABDC, UGC CARE publication strategy and how it basically works, because general selection is a strategy. Even I'm still learning it, but because there is a very the fundamental mistake our researcher commit is that mismatch of the journal. So you ended up writing a good paper and you are just submitting it to a journal that is like not a very proper match to your journal. So for this, I'll show you the hierarchy of the journals. Please understand, the red is the non-index or predatory journal. Please do not publish it. Someone asks you, pay me 20,000 rupees, I will make your, I'll publish a paper on behalf of you. Do not do it. Someone asks you, there is a journal which is like publishing in 2 or 3 days. Do not publish there. You may get the immediate happiness or results out of it, but long term it would damage your career. Then we talk about the Scopus Q3 or Q4 or ABDC C and UGC CARE journals. So these are like entry level journals, acceptable, but understand the trade-off. Kisme chhapna chahiye, kisme we should avoid. Then here comes the Scopus Q2 and ABDC B category journal. These are like solid, well-regarded, publishable for promotion. And obviously you will feel a lot of happiness while publishing in those journals. Then there comes a like high quality journals, Scopus Q1, ABDC A star or A category. These are like high quality, strong career value. So if you have like some A or A star category paper, people actually recognize them and they want to promote you or they want to take you to their organizations. Then finally, it's like I am yet to reach there, but obviously I am willing to go there one day. So this is like ABS 4-star, SSCI Impact Factor 5+. These are like world class, most competitive, or the very common name that you might have heard is the FT50 journals. So these are like those journals. And please understand that every index journal is not reputable. You will see very good journals publishing very quality work for like last 20, 25 years. Then, but the trajectory is like little growth. For example, 20 years before, they were publishing 20 research papers per volume. Then now, after 20 years, they are like doing it 100 research papers. But suddenly you will see a traction and, you will see that 2000 research papers got published here. It's a sign that, the damage is already done. And this journal is going to delisted from the Scopus eventually. So there is no point in publishing your work in a journal that is going to be delisted in the next year review. So every reputable journal is not predatory free. Check all 3 databases before submitting. अब ये कैसे करना है? I will just show you quickly in 5 minutes. I'll not go to the browser. You do it on your own. But if you have a invitation, you have a mail, you are a colleague telling you that please submit to this journal, just do this 5-minute calculation and you'll understand that what it is. Go to scimangojr.com, type the journal name. You will check the Q ranking, site score, H index of the journal yourself. सब कुछ वहां पे it would be clear whether it is listed or not. The second thing is that you have to download this ABDC journal list. I wish I could do it for you, but you have to do it on your own. So this is the journal list. You can simply type on Google ABDC journal list. You can download it from abdc.edu.au Australian, and then Control F. You just click the journal name quickly. You will see that whether it's A star, A, B, or C or not there in the ABDC list. The third thing is UGC CARE portal. I do not want to talk much about it, but you can have like go and download the PDF, and again you can search through the ISSN number or journal name. This is very important. If you can, this is Bale's list. If you are unable to find it in SciMago or ABDC journal or UGC CARE list, you will find it here. So it basically, I'll just show it to you. It's like quite interesting. I wish I had open a tab for this as well, but never mind. So this is, if you can see, these are the publisher. So these are like, little dowsy, I can say, or not very authentic in nature. And these are the journals, standalone journals. So if you find your journal name here or the publisher name here, do not submit it in that research paper ever. So this is most likely that you are submitting into a predatory journal. Okay, so this is you can it flagged it, or the potentially predatory journal is there. So 5 minutes of checking saves 5 minutes, 5 months of regret. So you ended up paying money also, and your paper is not reputable at all. Now how we can do AI powered journal selection? So these are how do we select journals basically is because of this. So Elsevier Journal Finder, just simply type it in your browser, journalfinder.elseviers.com, paste your title, paste your abstract, and you will get a list of journals. So obviously all those journals that are shown there are good and not predatory for that matter. And then again, Springer Journal Suggester, same, just like Elsevier's. Then this is one of the Chinese website that they have created. Currently it's down, but Endes Journal Selector is also one of the useful thing that you can use. And this is the AI power generated journal selection prompt that you can use. So I am a researcher in bracket mein consumer behavior, digital marketing, or whatever your domain is. Here is my paper abstract. Put your abstract there. Suggest 5 Q1 journals that would be best fit for each state, journal name, SciMago, quartile, why my paper fits the scope, coverage acceptance rate if known, average acceptance rate if known. So this prompt you can use, and probably it will give you good results. And obviously you have to cross verify it on Google Scholar or ABDC list or SciMago. Now, quickly, please do it very quickly. I have prepared with a lot of thinking about it. So I'll give you some three journals name. Quickly, you have to tell me by writing L for legit and P for predatory journals. So the first journal is right in the tab, Journal of Business Research. I'm reading the chat. Quickly, whether it's like P or it's like L. Hello. L legit, good. And then come on. Quickly, we are just finishing it up in few minutes. Too slow to respond, man. I wish I had a physical class with you. Then International Journal of Advanced Research, whether it's legit or predatory. use any of the techniques. Legit. Predatory Arpana. So, I mean, it should not be based on the intuitions. It should be based on what I discussed in like just in the previous slide, that how you can do it. The final is Asia Pacific Journal of Marketing and Logistics. Quickly, only 3 questions for you, though I have many more to come. Legit. Okay. So now you'll see the first one is legit. Obviously, it's like the publisher is Elsevier. It has an ISSN number. Scopus Q1, one of the most cited journals globally. And then predatory ISSN number is like fake, flagged. It's flagged in the Bales list. High volume of pay to publish papers with no peer review at all. 2 दिन में your paper is published. And then Asia Pacific, again, it's legit and it's a good journal. So it takes us to the citation and reference management. I will again not take you a little deeper into this, but you can use it obviously to maintain a list of citations. You don't have to do it manually, add reference, journal name, title, and all those stuff. Quickly, I'll show it to you. So these are some of the apps that you can use. Zotero you can use, Mendeley you can use, or EndNote. EndNote is like pretty difficult, but Mendeley and Zotero are pretty simple to use. These are like free. I'll just quickly show it to you how it basically works. So Mendeley बता देता हूँ मैं अभी. This is Mendeley. You just go there. It's already downloaded. You can download it from here, and you can integrate it. So then you can use an extension for your browser, and it would appear here. Please see this. And the good part is that how you can use it is this, that on the Google Scholar, you just use the Google Scholar and any paper. So for example, this paper, you want to cite this paper, you just click here. Spanish, but I'll go with some good paper. So this is the paper here. So if when you have integrated it here, you will just put it here, click here, sign in मांग रहा है, but sign in करके you will just add it here only. So it would automatically reflect on the Mendeley app there, and obviously once you integrate it, you will also see that once you integrate it with the Word document, you can cite you can give the references or in-text citation while using it. So it's now referenced there. So if I use Word, I can integrate it. You just simply can go and watch a YouTube video for like 5-10 minutes, and you will get to know that's how Mendeley can be used as a reference manager. Or kabhi aur hua to I'll explain it to you. Final things, I mean, I'm just wrapping things up. So never trust ChatGPT for final references. Please never do it. I have seen so many red flags there. So it looks like that the references or the citation is perfect, but it's not at all. And reviewer catches a fake citation very immediately. And once they catch it, they will immediately reject your paper and will not allow you to resubmit the same paper again. Okay, so this is how you have to obviously avoid it. You can use AI to generate the citations, but you have to cross verify it, whether the title that they have generated is correct, whether the year that they have generated is correct, whether the DOI that they are giving is correct or not. So this is the complete AI research workflow. Find your gap, use consensus or elicit.org. Map the field, use connected paper, research rabbit, lit maps, analyze literature, watch your biblioshine, I told you, select journal, SciMago, Elsevier's Finder, ABDC list, manage references, you can use it or site.ai. So this is the complete workflow. And quickly, I have like 4 or 5 questions. Just quickly write it on the chat that answer for all this, right? Just write A, B, C, or D. Which tools give you a visual map of how papers are connected to each other? Quickly, A, B, C, D. B, I want you to be awake, man. Hi, hello. Quickly. This is the end of the session. I mean, we are just going towards the end. B, only A, B. Good. Quickly. So this is B, obviously connected papers. I showed you also in during like live search history. So you can just put the title of the paper, the DOI of the paper there. You will see all the connected papers there. Then SciMago Q1 means a journal is in the top what percentage of its subject category. अगर हम किसी को बोल रहे हैं कि this is like Q1 journal है, तो what does this mean? Is this like in top 10%, top 50%, top 25%, top 5%? Ritika Chaudhary, good, 25%. Perfect. So this is like 25%. So Q1 means first 25%, Q2 means 25 to 50%, Q3 means top 50 to 75, and obviously Q4 means 75 to 100%. Then true and false, a UGC CARE listed journal is automatically Scopus indexed. True or false? Quickly. This is the easiest. Come on. I want at least 5-6 answers for this. You are like more than 100 here. B, false. Good. So it's false. Obviously, not all UGC CARE journal are Scopus indexed. Then question 4, which tool tells you whether a citation was supporting, contrasting, or just mentioning a paper? Elicit, Zotero, Cites, or Litmus? F तो भाई ऑप्शन नहीं है. अच्छा, false. Oh, sorry. My bad. So it's like cites.ai, though we could not discuss it more, but you can use it. Finally, can you use ChatGPT generated reference list directly to your manuscript? Quickly, yes or no? You should answer this. B. B means no. बस I am looking कि किसी ने ये तो नहीं लिखा. हाँ, perfect. No, obviously we cannot use it without verification. Final question is, name one free tool for bibliometric analysis. I have discussed this also. Which tool can be used for bibliometric analysis for our research paper? Quickly. Maybe I should have given the options or was Mendeley is for citation, ma'am. Bibliometric analysis. Anyone else? हो सकता है मैंने बहुत जल्दी बोला, तो it's like WasFever or BiblioShiny are the two apps that we can use for writing review papers. And this is like your research toolkit, one-page cheat sheet. Consensus, Elicit, Research Rabbit, Site, Litmaps you can use for literature review. Visual mapping के लिए you can use connected papers, WasViewer, BiblioShiny. For research analytics you can use Dimensions.ai, Publish or Parish, Google Scholar Profile, and Scopus Author ID. General selection के लिए you should use SciMago, ABDC, UGC CARE Portal, Elsevier's Finders. Reference के लिए you can use Zotero, Mendeley, and you have to avoid the reference created by the ChatGPT. So we are just finishing this up, finishing the things up. Research excellence is not our destination; it's a habit. So tonight you have learned few things, and you can implement a few of those which are there. I mean, some things that you can take it forward. And this is like my profile. Before I give you some homework, obviously I'll end it giving you some homework. So this is my email ID. Please reach out to me. Write an email, khalil6313@gmail.com. LinkedIn ID, I showed it to you or not? Probably not. Google Scholar, I've shown it to you. I am open to research collaboration and joint publications, PhD guidance and manuscript feedback, FDP workshops, guest lecture invitations, journal review partnerships. And one very important thing for you and for me is that I am basically editing I'm the guest editor for a journal called Discover Sustainability. This is a Q1 journal indexed in Scopus and ESCI. And we are taking publications on digital marketing transformation for sustainable consumption and green business model. So if you are working in this field, or if you are thinking of working in this field, please feel free to submit your research paper in this journal. And obviously, if you are writing for this journal, I can review it like a reviewer, obviously, and I can give you some suggestions based on what exactly we are looking for it. So if you are interested, reach out to me. The deadline is 12th October 2026. So even if you start today writing, keeping in mind the title of this special issue, you would be able to get it published probably. So this is something I want you to work on. This is like your homework. I'm just finishing it here. Please bear with me for like couple of more minutes, and I'll just finish this up. So what you have to do, you have to find your gap. 30 minutes work you have to do. Use consensus, elicit or research rabbit. Search your research topic as a plain language question. Scan for top 10 to 15 results for patterns, contradiction, and missing context. Write your gap in one sentence. So no study has examined X in context of Y using method Z. So this is what you have to find the gap. And I told you the way of doing it. You just download the Excel sheet, give it to some of the AI model, and they will map it for you. Build your model. And so going back to what I asked you, this is like my final question probably. I'll not ask much because I have to end it soon. I'll ask you that what do you think is the most important component of your research paper? Most important, or the first thing that you have to build while writing a research paper? Quickly, whatever is your mind. Whatever is in your mind. Please tell me. I want to see. कोई है, any chats, what is the thing that do you think is problem statement? Okay, so obviously we can start only having the problem statement. So imagine that we all have the problem statement in our hand. So what is the first thing that we have to do? Gap again. If the gap is there, then only we'll be thinking of doing it. Research. So gap is there. And quickly. Gap. Anything else other than gap? Conclusions and finding. It's like after pronunciation literature. Okay. So we'll not go. So the very basic or the first thing that I mean, obviously after research question, research problem, and research gaps is the model of your research paper. That is the skeleton of your research paper. Your entire hypothesis are built on the model. Your entire questionnaire is built on the model. Your entire literature reviews are built on the model. And if the questionnaire is built on the model, obviously you have to analyze the same model, write results of the same models, write discussions of the same model. So the first thing that, or the longest time that you have to spend is to create that research model. So once you have find the gap, take your gap statement to an AI tool, use ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, whatever you want to use. Use this prompt structure that I am researching on the topic this, gap is this, and this. Suggest a theoretical model. So it is based on TAM, TBP, SOR, or recommend one if you do not have anything in mind. Show IV are the independent variables, DV dependent variables, mediators or moderators. Justify each relationship. So this would help you it will give you a research model. And obviously, finally, draft your literature review. Again, you can use Claude or ChatGPT then you can give comment like that. Here are 5 papers on variable. This, synthesize agreements, contradictions, gaps, academic tone, do not fabricate citation. Then see that what it is building for you. So I think having said that, I have like nothing more to offer to you. And that is all from my side. Now I am ready to take the most important thing, that is the question and answer if you have any. And this is there in my LinkedIn profile. Also, Call for Paper, special collection, Discover Sustainability. It's a good journal, and I am one of the guest editors in this journal. And obviously, you can reach out to me for further help. So this is me here, and these are some of my co-collaborators for this. And this is the journal. These are the journal guidelines. Open access impact factor is 3. Submission to the first decision is 17. I'll stop sharing my screen now. If you have any question, feel free to ask, connect me, drop me an email, and I will obviously respond within 24 hours. And if you have good idea with respect to research, ask me. If you want to, get reviewed your paper, you can reach out to me.
Thank you so much, sir. If you have any question, then you can ask now.
Yes, please ask me. I mean, it will not reflect that whatever I told you is like you grasp something out of
Hello,
it or not.
sir.
Yeah,
Hello,
hi.
sir.
Please.
Just one question. I just wanted to know because I was registering the apps, whichever you have suggested for the papers, but many of them were asking for some amount or something. Maybe I think they were not free actually. There are, I
Yes.
think, limited free trials that were offered from the
Yes.
app. Yes. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to
So
know whether there are any dedicated such tools are there, if we have any dedicatedly free tools which we can use.
so free are like citation managers are
Hmm.
free, Mendeley and Zotero, but these AI tools, they are not free. You have to use them very dedicatedly in terms of, I mean, because there are some free tokens that are there. You can use multiple IDs. So you have 2, 3 Gmail IDs. You can log in different and obviously, just say for example for Claude, so it's like if you are asking to generate too many things at once, obviously it will not yield good results. So you can bifurcate it in like small things, and you can wait ki jab again we'll get the free run, then we can use it. So there are no like completely free. There is no such app.
Okay, no issues, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was
Thanks.
really enlightening and thoroughly, what we call it, engulfing. I mean, I was
Thank you.
looking forward more and more information, and it
Thank
was
you.
really
Thank you
nice,
so
sir.
much, ma'am. It
Nice. It's
was
very
full
interactive. Yes.
kindness.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thanks. Thanks. Any more questions, please?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi, Jyoti.
Yes. Sir, first of all, very informative interactive section, sir. Thank you. And sir, I want to ask, will you be sharing this PPT or presentation after the session? Actually, I
Uh,
take some screenshot, but
okay. I haven't
Madam,
thought of doing it so far. Yeah,
Madam,
please tell
okay.
me.
we will send you all the videos tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
That
Thank you
works.
so
That
much,
works.
sir. Yes.
Thanks. Any research idea you are like struggling to get into, you are stuck somewhere in research, please feel free to talk. If you're not comfortable speaking right now, you can obviously send me an email.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Sir, can you please tell me the how much percentage maybe occur in the research report after using the AI tools? What is your observations?
So, I mean, ma'am, there are no restrictions as of now. So, journals are like obviously they ask you to categorically mention it in your manuscript that what
Okay.
AI tool you used and for what purpose you have used it. So again, I am telling you this though. If you are writing this, key, I have used I have used this specific AI tool in order to improve the language and the clarity of the manuscript. So even if your AI percentage is showing 70%, 60%, it is considerable. So it should not be completely AI driven, and you are not just reading what the output is. So you can generate not the entire paper, but most part of the paper, and you have to review it by your own or independently, because you have to declare that I have used AI for this purpose. However, I have rechecked and reviewed all the content that is being given to the journal for publishing. So abhi tak to there is no cap. Abhi they are trying to come up with, because there is no perfect way to measure that whether the report that is being generated by Turnitin with respect to the AI is correct or not. Falsification is a lot there. So I mean, as of now, there is no cap onto that. But obviously, you always have to reread what has been generated by AI and take the full responsibility that, yes, I have reviewed the work.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Shall we conclude the session, sir?
I'm still waiting for some more questions if they have.
Okay, no problem.
Anyone else?
Hello, sir. You can share your mail ID and contact details in chat box.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
if anyone would
Easy.
have the questions, they can directly connect with you.
Perfect. Good. So this is like LinkedIn feed for call for papers for Discover Sustainability. And this is like my email ID, Khalil6313@gmail.com, or phone number I will not show. I do not prefer speaking of phone, so you can write me an email. Yeah, that's all from my side now. If you do not have any questions, we can conclude it. Thank you so much for being such a nice audience. And obviously, I would like to thank the organizing committee for making it happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource person, Dr. Khalil Ahmed, sir, for sharing their valuable insights, business intelligence, research analytics, and academic excellence. The session provided the effective use of AI in research, including AI-powered tools or literature review, research paper writing, data analysis, research methodology development. These insights equipped participants with practical skills to enhance their quality, efficiency, and impact of their research work. I sincerely thank the management, principal directors, and all dignitaries for their guidance and support. My special thanks for appreciation and goes to FDP coordinators and organizing team for their dedicated efforts in making this program successful. Thank you all.
If you're comfortable, we can click a picture before we leave, because this is the norm when we used to have offline FDPs.
Yes, sir. Sure.
I request everyone to please open up your camera so that we can have
If
a
you are
look.
comfortable and if you want to do it, I'll take the screenshots as well. 1, 3. Yeah, hi. That's all. Thank you so much. And I'll just
Thank you so
leave
much,
this
sir.
meeting now. Yeah, thanks. Bye-bye.
Right.
Good night.
Good
Take
day.
care.
Good.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
you
sir.
so much, sir. Very nice
Thanks.
session.